Assalamu alaikum guys and welcome back to another video. It's Ibrahim Muslim and today I'm back with another video on Hackintosh. So this video is how to get your Mac OS Mojave on a Windows PC using virtual machine. And after getting a working virtual machine, you will be able to get Mac OS Mojave, and then you will be able to make a bootable clever configurator based macOS Mojave or macOS Catalina USB installer to get the Mac OS directly onto your PC without using the virtual machine. So this tutorial is for educational purposes, and if you really want to use Mac OS, you should probably buy a Mac. But in this video, I will still tell you how to get the macOS Mojave on your Windows to test it, to use it, and to see if it works for you. So let's start. There are three things you basically need. One is you need a VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a virtualization software through which you can install another operating system while running a one. So we'll be using Windows 10, the latest update, and we will be using a Mojave virtual machine which I created. Then a code fix, which is very important to get the macOS Mojave working. So we will start with this new Oracle virtual machine, and you will have to install this before you will be able to open the software. I already installed the software. That's why I was able to open it. And if you are having any problem installing this virtual box, then there might be a problem with your Windows installer. So I would recommend you just give it an update or do a refresh or fresh install, and that will fix it. Fresh install of Windows 10 or Windows 8, 7, whatever you're using. After doing so, you will have to make a new virtual machine. You will click new. So this Mac OS Mojave virtual machine, I will upload this in Google Drive or other storage servers, and from there you can download it. This will be in a zip format or an RAR format. And then after downloading this, you have to open the virtual machine and you have to click new. In type, you have to select Mac OS. In version, you have to select Mac OS High Sierra. As I already made the Mojave, so I will now make Mojave 2 because the virtual machine name should be different. I will click next. So here we will select memory size and I will allocate 4 GB to the virtual machine. I will click next. And here in the hard disk area, I will use an existing virtual machine disk. Okay, so we'll click this, we'll click add, and this is my Mojave 10.14.3 virtual machine. I will click this, we click open, and then we click choose. Then we will say create. Once this disk is created, we have to change some of the settings which are very important. Don't forget that. We'll click journal, and then in journal we'll go to system, and here we'll use pointing device as USB tablet. Extended features, we will enable 3 of these. Then in processor, we can allocate as much you want, but I would recommend 2 or 4 cores minimum. In acceleration, we will allow this. In display, we will allow 128 MB. In graphics controller, we will use VBox VGA. We will enable 3D acceleration. In storage, we will use SATA AHCI type, and you will use host input output cache. You can enable the network, you can enable the audio. Then in USB, this is very important. First, if you'll just install the VirtualBox, and this setting will be using enable USB controller USB 1.1 OHCI controller. But if you just select this option, your USB won't work. Your mouse or keyboard will not work in the virtual machine. So when you will be in the USB section, you have to select USB 3.0 HCI controller. If you will not use this and you will try to use USB 1.1, the virtual machine will run, but it will get stuck when you have to use the USB mouse and keyboard. You won't be able to interact with the system, and you will be stuck there. So it is very important that you install the USB 3.0 x86i controller drivers. And how you have to do that is you have to go to the virtualbox.org. In downloads, you have to download, and here you have to install this virtual machine Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack. Okay, you click all platforms. Here this start downloading. So it's a 22 MB extension pack, and once this extension pack is downloaded, you have to minimize, and then you will be able to use select USB 3.0. Then you have to go down there, and once and for precaution, you just check that everything is all right. After that, once this is done, there is a very important thing you have to do, otherwise your virtual machine will not start. Okay, I can give you a demonstration. So we click start, and our virtual machine will be loading. So as you can see, the virtual machine restarted instead of going forward. So we'll power off the machine. So after everything is done, there is very important fix, which is code fix. You have to open this, and you have to copy these commands into the command promote. So we'll copy this, and we will open command promote. Okay, so remember that if you have not used the same name I'm using for the virtual machine, which is Mojave 2, you have to replace all this Mojave 2 with the name of your virtual machine. All right, so there is a smart key you can use, which is Control H, and you can name whatever your virtual machine name is, and you can change it with Mojave 2. So you have to close this, and one by one you have to copy all of this command. I will copy this, and I will paste it here. I will press enter. I will copy this single line. I will press enter. So if anything else than this comes up, that means the code you entered is not accurate or exact. So be careful in that. And you should not change anything from here, or otherwise the virtual machine will not work properly. So we'll press this, and then we press enter this one. So I hope you are getting what I'm doing. If you still have any confusion, let me know in the comments below. And second last code to enter, and then the last line. So now we are done with our code fix. If everything works, you will be able to see this dialog in the right exact state and the right exact lines and stuff. We'll close this, and we'll close this. After that, we are very good to go, and I will start the virtual machine and hope everything goes straight into the Mojave. So here we are in our virtual machine. So I've already set up this virtual machine before. That's why it did not ask my username and password and the selection of the operating system and other details. Okay, so we can go in adjust window. Okay, we can make it scale mode. Okay, and now we can enter our password. The graphic resolution is not quite good. I don't know why, but the Mojave does not seem to work good with Windows graphics, even though I have a very proper graphic card working on. So if we go here, you won't be able to see much of the details except the 4 GB RAM allocated, and I allocated 128 MB, but it still gives 3 MB. So this virtual machine is perfectly fine to make a bootable USB installer for your Hackintosh. For those who don't have a Mac OS available, they can use this virtual machine to make a bootable USB installer, and then they can proceed to install the Mojave right directly onto their hardware, onto their PC. Remember, this video is just for the sake of educational purpose. I does not promote or advertise in using Hackintoshes in any sort. So remember, if you want to use your Apple in any commercial sense, then do get a Mac OS based Apple machine from Apple Inc. stay tuned for the next video in which I will tell you how to make a bootable USB installer to get it done directly onto your hardware for better performance and no virtualization loss. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the very next video, please take care. Allah Hafiz.